Ford owners, listen up. Before you pour anything into your tank, you need to hear this. Because there are 8 injector cleaners on US shelves right now that can wreck your Ford's injectors, sensors, fuel pump, and seals. Not maybe, not over time. I'm talking real damage. Misfires, cold start shaking, dead injectors, even $6,000 fuel system failures. And the worst part? Most of these products still claim to be safe for all engines. And here's the twist nobody expects. Some of the safest looking, cheapest, most popular injector cleaners are actually the most dangerous for Fords. Your F-150, Explorer, Mustang, Escape, Fusion, Transit, gas or diesel can all be damaged by the wrong bottle. Stick with me because knowing which 8 to avoid may save your engine and your wallet. Welcome back to NextGen Wheels, the channel where we cut through the hype and bring real-world truth to Ford owners across the US. I'm your host, and I've spent more than 20 years diagnosing, rebuilding, and rescuing Ford engines. From EcoBoosts to Coyotes to Power Stroke diesels. I've seen what actually works, and what causes absolute chaos inside modern fuel systems. And trust me, the wrong injector cleaner can cause almost as much damage as never cleaning your injectors at all. In today's video, you're getting the 8 injector cleaners you should never put in your Ford, and the 8 cleaners that actually work, the ones I use in my shop every week, including 2 hidden gems near the end, products most mechanics have never heard of, but they fix rough idle, hesitation, bad fuel trims, and clogged injectors like magic. So let's jump into the danger list first, starting with one that's in almost every cheap auto aisle in America. Bad cleaner number 1, dollar store injector cleaners. If the bottle costs less than a cup of coffee, it has no business going anywhere near a Ford fuel system. Period. Most of these dollar store injector cleaners aren't injector cleaners at all. They're usually cheap alcohol, colored dye, maybe a splash of kerosene, and big marketing promises. That's it. They don't clean carbon. They don't dissolve deposits. They don't protect pumps. They don't lube injectors. They don't meet any modern detergent standard. And in Fords, and especially EcoBoost and Coyote engines, these bargain bin bottles do one thing extremely well. Dry out your injectors and fuel system seals. They remove what little lubricity gasoline already has, leaving injectors gritty and sticky. Real example, rewritten. A customer brought me a 2015 F-150 that misfired every morning. He proudly explained he dumped in 2 bottles of a $1.99 cleaner for a deep clean. What he actually did was strip the lubricity from his fuel. 2 injectors started sticking at cold start. Fuel trims went lean. Misfires lit up like a Christmas tree. That $1.99 deal turned into a $620 repair bill. Dollar store cleaner, Injector, dry injectors. Damaged pump, lean trims, misfires. Zero cleaning. If the bottle looks cheap, it is cheap, and your Ford engine will pay the price. Bad cleaner number 2. Carburetor cleaners disguised as injector cleaners. Some brands still try to pass off 1970s carburetor cleaner formulas as modern fuel system cleaners. And let me be blunt, these are engine killers for modern Fords. Carburetor cleaners were designed for low fuel pressure, big metal jets, simpler engines. Not for direct injection EcoBoosts, high pressure common rail systems, tight injector tolerances, plastic and rubber seals Ford uses today. These old-style formulas contain harsh solvents meant to melt varnish fast. Way too fast. Here's what they do to a Ford engine. Shrink injector O-rings. Dry out fuel lines. Damage soft plastics. Gum up microfilters. Throw off sensor readings. Cause fuel leaks. Real case rewritten. A customer poured one into his 2013 Explorer because an auto parts employee said it cleans quicker. He was right. It cleaned something all right. It stripped lubrication off every seal it touched. By the time he got to my shop, fuel was literally dripping from a dried-out injector seal. Using carb cleaner in a Ford is like trying to clean a smartphone with paint stripper. Wrong tool, wrong chemistry, wrong decade. Bad cleaner number 3. Universal cleaners with no P. Here's a truth the auto aisle rarely tells you. If a fuel injector cleaner doesn't contain PEA, polyethylamine, it does not clean injectors. Not barely, not a little, at all. PEA is the only detergent proven to dissolve combustion carbon in modern engines, especially Ford EcoBoosts and Coyotes, which run hotter and build carbon faster. If a bottle says, universal, multi-purpose, all engines, complete cleaner, but the label doesn't mention P, then it's basically colored petroleum in a bottle. Here's what happens in Ford engines with no P cleaners. Carbon stays, misfires increase, MPG drops, trims go off, idle gets rough, injectors clog, valves coke up in port injection models. I've pulled injectors out of well-maintained cars that looked like charcoal sticks. The owner was using a universal cleaner with 0 active ingredients. If the cleaner has no PEA, it's a placebo. Bad cleaner 34, high mileage restorer additives. These flashy bottles promise, restores compression, revives old engines, swell seals for instant results, and Ford engines absolutely hate them. Why? Because these products rely on seal swelling chemicals to temporarily soften hardened rubber. It makes old engines feel smoother, but the effect is fake. Ford injectors, especially EcoBoost, don't handle these swelling agents well. They cause sticky pintle seals, flooded cold starts, slow injector response, rough idle, fuel seepage overnight. Real case, a 2018 Escape 1.5L came in misfiring every single morning. The owner proudly said he used a high-mileage engine restorer. The chemicals softened his injector seals so much that fuel seeped into the cylinders overnight. That's one step away from hydrolock and a destroyed engine. If a bottle claims to restore compression instantly, put it back on the shelf and run. Bad cleaner number 5, methanol-heavy injector cleaners. Methanol is great for race fuels, but for daily driven Fords, it's a disaster waiting to happen. Methanol does 4 things extremely well. Dries out rubber, damages plastics, reduces lubricity in fuel, distorts injector spray patterns. Modern Ford fuel systems, especially EcoBoosts, rely heavily on precise lubrication and fuel atomization. Methanol-heavy formulas throw that precision straight out the window. Real case rewritten. A 2017 Mustang 2.3 EcoBoost came in shaking like it swallowed gravel. Fuel trims were all over the place. The O2 sensors kept pulling timing. Why? The owner dumped in a cleaner with high methanol content. The methanol altered exhaust chemistry just enough to confuse the ECM. Result? Lean trims, loss of power, cold start misfires, damaged seals over time. In short, methanol might be fun on a drag strip, but it's pure chaos inside a Ford daily driver. Bad cleaner number 6, octane booster, plus injector cleaner, combo bottles. If a bottle claims, boosts octane and cleans injectors, that's your sign to walk away. Why? Injector cleaning and octane boosting require opposite chemistries. When a company tries to combine both, you get weak cleaning. Heavy metals in the fuel, spark plug residue, catalytic converter contamination, more carbon, not less. Many octane boosters rely on manganese-based additives. Yes, metal. And guess what metal does? It leaves orange residue on spark plugs and injectors. I've removed spark plugs from Mustang GTs that ran these 2-in-1 Miracle bottles, and the plugs looked like they were dipped in rust. Ford engines, especially turbocharged EcoBoosts, need clean combustion. Metallic additives disrupt that and shorten component life. Stick to dedicated injector cleaners. Stick to dedicated octane boosters. Never both in one bottle. Bad cleaner number 7, anything containing MMT. MMT is a metal additive almost guaranteed to cause trouble in Ford engines. It's known for orange deposits, plug fouling, O2 sensor failure, catalytic converter contamination, overheating emissions systems. Ford engines absolutely despise MMT, and so will your wallet. I've replaced dozens of O2 sensors for owners who thought MMT-based additives would smooth out their engine. It doesn't smooth anything. It chokes the entire emission system. If the ingredients list mentions MMT, put that bottle back on the shelf immediately. Bad cleaner number 8, 2-in-1 diesel plus gasoline, universal cleaners. This is one of the most dangerous categories because it sounds convenient. A single bottle for both diesel and gas engines? No such thing. Why? Diesel and gasoline systems are completely different. Gasoline DI injectors, a 2000 psi, small filters, tight tolerances, lower lubrication needs. Power Stroke diesel injectors, 25,000, 30,000 plus PSI, massive lubrication demand. Extreme temperatures. Totally different carbon patterns. When a cleaner says works for both, it really means too weak for diesel, too harsh for gas. Real case rewritten. A transit diesel van came in shaking like a blender. The owner used a diesel plus gas universal cleaner. It stripped the lubrication from the high-pressure pump, which sent metal shavings through the entire system. Total repair bill? $6,200. That's the price of believing a label that tries to do everything. Good cleaner number 1. Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. High P formula. If there's one cleaner I trust more than anything else in the consumer market, it's Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. This formula has one of the highest P concentrations you can buy over the counter, proven carbon-dissolving chemistry, compatibility with all Ford gas engines. Techron works beautifully on EcoBoosts, Coyotes, Duratec engines, older 4.6 and 5.4 modular V8s, everyday Fords with mileage. Real result rewritten. A 2013 F-150 EcoBoost came in with hesitation and sloppy fuel trims. Owner thought he needed injectors, an 800-plus job. I added 1 bottle of Techron, told him to run the tank low. 50 miles later, the truck idled smooth, trims leveled out, and the stumble disappeared. Techron is the gold standard. Use it every 5,000 miles or when you suspect bad fuel. Good cleaner number 2. Gum out regain high mileage, PEA plus seal conditioning. For older Fords, Escapes, Fusions, Focuses, Rangers, Gum out regain high mileage is incredible. Why? Because it uses strong PEA, but also includes conditioners that help aging injectors glide smoother without swelling seals. This formula targets sticky injectors, varnish buildup, carbon around pintle tips, mild upper cylinder deposits. Real story, rewritten. A 2009 Escape came in with a shaky idle. 2 shops blamed the throttle body. I smelled old varnish in the fuel and asked what he used for additives. Whatever's cheap. I added regain high mileage and told him to hit the freeway. Next day he came back shocked. Idle smooth, power restored. This formula brings tired engines back to life. Good cleaner number 3. Gum out multi-system tune-up. If Techron is the king of tank additives, Gum out multi-system tune-up is the Swiss Army knife. It can be used in gas tank, oil before a change, induction systems. This cleaner breaks down varnish fast, stabilizes fuel, balances injector pulse patterns, cleans high-pressure pump components. Real case, a 3.5L EcoBoost Expedition came in with hesitation and lean trims, Y16-18. 1 tank of multi-system tune-up later, trims dropped to Palmer Plus 5 and the hesitation vanished. This stuff is seriously powerful. Good cleaner number 4. Lucas Deep Clean Fuel System Cleaner. Important. Not regular Lucas. Lucas Deep Clean. This version cleans injectors, upper cylinders, combustion chambers, light intake deposits, without leaving the oily residue older Lucas formulas were known for. Perfect for Rangers with sticky injectors, Explorers with rough idle, Mustangs with hesitation, F-150s with inconsistent throttle feel. I've even seen Deep Clean help borderline emissions tests pass. Good cleaner number 5. Redline SI1. Complete fuel system cleaner. If you want maximum PEA power, Redline SI1 is king. It's one of the strongest legal PEA formulas you can buy without going to a dealership. Use SI1 when your Ford feels like it needs therapy. This stuff fixes cold start issues, rough idle, carbon knock, high trims, load hesitation. Real example, rewritten. A 2014 Fusion EcoBoost misfired lightly at idle. Owner didn't want to buy injectors. 1/2 tank with SI1 and he texted me, "Feels like a brand new car." That's SI1. For diesel owners, the good list. Good cleaner number 6, Stanadyne Performance Formula, diesel. Ford Power Stroke owners, this is the one. Stanadyne is one of the few additives recommended behind the scenes by OEMs. It provides injector cleaning, pump lubrication, cetane boost, moisture removal, corrosion protection. I maintain multiple Power Stroke fleets. The trucks using Stanadyne consistently show fewer injector failures, better cold starts, longer pump life, smoother idle. It's diesel medicine. Good cleaner number 7, Hot Shots Secret Diesel Extreme. This is the "my truck sounds like a toolbox falling downstairs" cleaner. Diesel Extreme targets: injector clatter, smoke under load, water contamination, low cetane, rough idle. It's a shock treatment, not a daily additive. I once ran it in a 6.4L Power Stroke that sounded like a metal blender. 50 miles later, injector noise cut in half, end of the tank and smooth as butter. Good cleaner number 8, Hot Shots EDT, Everyday Diesel Treatment. If Diesel Extreme is the shock, EDT is the daily vitamin. Perfect for stop-and-go diesel trucks, short trip drivers, work fleets, Power Stroke engines under heavy load. EDT provides lubricity, cetane boost, injector cleanliness, rust control, smoother idle. Every Power Stroke fleet I manage runs EDT, including F-250s, F-350s, transits, and bucket trucks. The difference is night and day. All right, Ford owners, that wraps it up. You now know the 8 injector cleaners that can destroy your Ford, and the 8 that can keep your engine running strong for hundreds of thousands of miles. One list saves you money. The other list costs you engines. Simple as that. If this video helped you avoid a bad product, hit that like button so more Ford owners see it. Drop your Ford model and mileage in the comments. I love seeing how far your engines go. And don't forget to subscribe to NextGen Wheels so you don't miss next week's episode. 7 fuel additives that seem safe, but quietly destroy Ford engines. Take care of your Ford, and it'll take care of you. See you in the next one.